Hi guys, thanks for stopping by my channel. Today's video, I have a book haul to share with you. A little bit of everything on the agenda today, and plus we also have a book giveaway. So stay tuned and let's get right into it. All right, so let's take a look at our first book. It's a very dark and dreary type of morning as I'm filming this in my neck of the woods of New Jersey. So perfect book weather, I think. This one is by Green Ivy. This is the third in the series. I do have the first two, and I've had this on my list for quite a while. And I saw they had it on Amazon, so I said, let's pick it up. So we have the complete collection, and this is much more of the same. If you are familiar with the previous two books, it does kind of follow the same themes. I wasn't sure if this was like a completely new book or if it was like a compilation book, but it is a completely new book with new images and drawings. So if you have the others, this is a nice one to complete the collection. I do like how the side where you color the pages. Even if you don't necessarily choose to color in this book, it is a nice book to just have and look through, because you have the full artist colored image, painted image or drawn image on the left, and then the one that you can color is also a little bit colorized. The ink is a lot of greens and some purples and some kind of like muted type of colors, and even the people, they're colored white. So I think it will adds an interesting element to coloring the pages rather than just a plain stark white page. And there is perforation lines in these books, but they're not actually perforated. I couldn't imagine anyone wanting to rip the pages out of this book, but you could. I guess you could if you wanted to if you wanted to frame the images. I do have a flip through of which book? The second book in this series. So it was a very long video, but I did get requested to do it. So I could do that as well with this one if anyone would like to see it. It's a really cute book. I'll show you I have my computer so I can look stuff up while I'm talking, because I always forget everything. But I brought the first two so you can kind of get an idea of what the whole collection looks like. This is the first one. This is this newer one is very much in the same style as the first. It's the same size. The only difference is this newer one is like a matte finish, and this is kind of like a textured finish. I find it interesting because this is kind of similar to the Forest Girl books, and just like that series, they have, I guess it's the second in the series. They make the second in the series like this nice deluxe version, and then they go back to like a regular publishing. But this is really pretty. I actually have this displayed on a shelf in my bedroom, not in my actual bookshelf, because I like it so much. All right, next up is this coloring book. This one is called Young Witches. This is by Veronica Ansley. I just happened to come across this one by mistake. This is a little bit of an older one. I think probably even before, like pre-AI, because it's kind of hard to tell sometimes if like especially if it's an artist or a publisher you never heard of, if it's AI or not. I don't think this is AI, because I think this was before that big AI boom. So if you're ever on the lookout for, if you don't want to like get AI books, I suggest looking through Amazon by publication date. I think you can still do that. Or what I do is I'll look by price. Usually, like if you do lowest to highest, those lower in the list priced books are usually going to be like an older book. So that's a good way to find them as well. But I thought this was, I'm kind of shying away from buying a lot of KDP printed, like these kind of printed books, just because of the quality. I'm not too crazy about, and if I can buy them on Etsy, I would prefer that. But I thought this was an interesting one, and like I said, pre-AI. Not that there's anything wrong with AI. Like, I know people, like I use AI myself too on some projects, but I still feel like more comfortable supporting actual artists when it comes to like books like this. Yeah, so, and I don't really like these weird advertisements in the middle. I don't know why that's there, but the images themselves I think are really nice. And then I also saw this on the website Lulu's. They do publishing as well over there. I don't know if the paper is any better over there. I think I did buy a book from them once just to check it out, but I totally can't remember what the quality was, if it was any, like, a big difference. But I do really like this kind of Art Nouveau style of the different witches, kind of like mixed with modern style as well. Claim your free coloring pages below. So you can claim some coloring pages from this publisher. I did look into this publisher. There wasn't like that much. I guess these are all the books that this publisher makes. I wasn't really too interested in any of the other books they had besides this one. But yeah, this is a cute little find, I think. I think it was maybe around $5, so it was pretty inexpensive. So next up is this one by Deborah Muller. This is Alice in Waterland. This is another older book. This one was published in 2017, so almost a decade. I really do like a lot of Deborah Muller's illustrations. She has a very kind of retro, kind of, I would say, call it like a kitschy type of style. She is very famous for doing a lot of mermaids, kind of some gothic type stuff. And she combined Alice in Wonderland and mermaids in this one. And those are two of my favorite things to color. I just got this yesterday. And I'm not really too happy with the quality of, like, even though I complain about the KDP books a lot, but this one is, even for KDP, it seems really like cheap. I don't know if it's because it's the older title or what, but some of the images have like little cut lines. Let's see if I probably, like here, like it's all in the same spot. So I'm thinking that was probably like a printing error on their machine, probably. So I did ask for a replacement. So I'm getting a replacement Wednesday. So hopefully that one is better. It's not like a really big deal. Like I could color over it and you wouldn't notice it. You probably don't even really notice it on camera either. Like here it is again, this big line in the middle. But for $10, I would like a nice book, we'll say. So you might be like, oh, you're being picky, but I say whenever you get these kind of books, and even if it's like a little bit messed up or off, and it's not that big of a deal, just ask them. It doesn't hurt just to ask if you get a replacement. They usually just send you a new one, and a lot of times they won't even tell you to return it because, you know, they want a damaged book back. So there it is again. But very cute images. I'm really thinking I would like to do a lot of these in alcohol markers. These are nice, quick colorings. You don't have to spend a lot of time on. They're fun. The other line. Yeah, so this is very cute. You can also pick this up if you don't want to take your chances on getting a messed up book. You can go over to her Etsy shop. I think she has a majority of her books over there that you can buy in PDF form, and plus other like single images. And she has some watercolor paint she does by hand. A lot of really nice stuff. So I encourage you to go over to her Etsy and check that shop out. She also does some Zen Doodle books too. So I will put any Deborah Muller related videos I have in the description box. Okay, so next up is this one, Fashion in Color. This is by Megan Hess. She's a pretty famous or a well-known fashion illustrator. She just came out with a new coloring book. That's actually how I fell upon picking this book up. And this is really, really pretty if you are into colors and into fashion. This has like each chapter is a color and journey through every hue. And these are all the chapters we go through: blue, green, yellow, orange, pink, red, purple, brown, and white. And very much like a coffee table book, or just fun, I think, to go through. And just look at the pictures. Like very magazine-like. Go through it really quick. So it has all like the designers that have like famous, like iconic colors throughout like fashion history. Let's look at purple. This is got that stitched binding. I got this for about $16-ish, $17-ish. I think like the list price is maybe around $30. So to me it looks almost new. I didn't really have any sort of, it says $45 list price, but on Amazon I think if you just bought it new, I think it's around $30. So this has been out for a while. And it says purple can be feminine and floral in pale hues like lavender and lilac. It can be bold and bright like in fuchsia and violet, or dark and somber in shades of grape and plum. In the era of Cleopatra and Julius Caesar, purple dye was created using a kind of shellfish. At times it was worth its weight in gold. Thus, purple became associated with power, royalty, and can signify wealth and extravagance. It also has links with magic and feminine power. So, with the referencing with those was Tyrene purple used to be made with snails. So I used to have to crush like a crazy amount of snails just to get like a little teeny tiny ounce of purple, Tyrene purple dye. So very interesting. Some little interesting tidbits about color. You know, I'm crazy for color theories and facts. So I do have a color story series on the channel. I have a color story about the color mauve that kind of dives into that purple info a little bit. Brown, I do have a mummy brown color story. That's really interesting. We have through application of brown and indescribably inner beauty is created. So nice heavy book on colors. All right, you guys. So next up I have this book. It is called Another World, Japanese Fairy Tales. It's 25 pages of full color Japanese ukiyo-e, I think that's how you pronounce it, style woodblock reference prints. And the author that compiled this book together offered to partner with me and do a book giveaway. So we're going to be giving away 3 copies of this book. And in order to be entered to win a copy of this book, and all you have to do is be a subscriber of this channel and leave the comment Another World down below. And you don't have to write anything else. Just write Another World. If you'd like to also leave an additional comment, you could do it in a separate comment. But if you could just leave the single comment Another World, that'll be easy for me to be able to see who wants to enter the giveaway. So I could easily just go through and do a comment picker and pick the winners. So this is really exciting too, because I am able to actually open this up to more than just the United States. I'll tell you the countries that can enter. So you can, if you're from the United States, the UK, Japan, France, Italy, Poland, Ireland, Canada, Australia, Germany, Spain, Netherlands, Sweden, and Belgium. So if you're within those 14 countries, you can enter this giveaway. I will put everything pinned in the comment down below as well. So just for a refresher, or if you need clarification on anything. So very excited, especially since I'm very close to 5,000 subscribers. So this is kind of, we can do a 5,000 subscriber celebration in addition to doing this giveaway. And very grateful to Shugura, who's helping facilitate this giveaway for us. So yeah, so I have a full flip through of this book. If you want to get a better look at it. So if you have any questions for me, please let me know. We will be doing a follow-up video next Monday. I'll flash the dates on the screen for you. And so come back next Monday and I will announce the 3 winners of the book. It's going to be the hardcover version. There's a hardcover and a paperback version if you're interested in checking it out for yourself before the winners are announced. If you do receive a copy of this book, or if you do purchase this book, it would really help if you leave a review. I think it's really important to support new artists and new authors with reviews. It helps them improve. It helps with Amazon placements with the book, so it gets out to more people and we can get more work from them, and encourages them to keep making more books for us. So I think that's all we have for today. If you have any questions for me, please feel free to leave them down below, and make sure you check out the pinned comment for all the giveaway details. And I will see you next Monday with the winners announcements. And I hope you guys all have a really great rest of your day. Happy coloring, and I'll see you next time.